In this video, we're going to go over putting together a resume. So you've gone through all the material in this course. You've understood how to work with data science, how to work with machine learning. You understand how to write different machine learning algorithms, right? So you're proficient in your area of expertise, right? In your niche. And so now we're going to walk through how you can create your resume, how you can create cover letters, and essentially how you can create all of these different things to really separate yourself from the competition. So let's go ahead and jump into the data science resume. Okay, so with the data science resume, you want this to be a one-page resume for humans and computers, okay? Because when you're going to be submitting your application, right, your resume to these different positions, oftentimes, the majority of times actually, it's going to run through an algorithm, right? It's not going to be something where a human is actually looking at your resume only after it's actually gone through the actual algorithm to make sure you have the right kind of keywords in there, to make sure that you have, the certain objectives and the certain information and technical skills that position, that company is looking for, right? That's why you want to try to make it at least just one page there so it's not overwhelming with a couple pages. And so at the very top, you want to put your name, your location, your LinkedIn profile, your email, your phone, and then like a GitHub and Kaggle profiles there, and then your website address. Because making sure that you have a website is critically important for you to be able to set yourself apart from the competition. And we're going to walk through in one of the other videos there the importance of having a website. And so under that, you want to put your technical skills, right? You want to make sure that you have the skills mentioned as far as what the position is looking for. This is key here, very crucial, because if the position is asking for, R programming language or Python language and JavaScript and all this stuff, right, that you don't know, or anything that you don't have experience with or you don't really understand, then that position really isn't going to be, well suited for you. If you're a beginner, you're typically going to want to start off with like some freelancing or be able to create some projects, right, that you can put on your actual resume and be able to put in there that you have experience with, a wide variety of programming languages. And so that's why you're going through this course here. You're going to understand how to work with Python, data visualization using the, Python external languages, Python external libraries, right, to be able to visualize data. But you really need to make sure that you have the right skills that are mentioned, right, in the actual position. And so you also want to avoid subjective qualities such as organized, hard worker, detail oriented, or, I'm a perfectionist, or things like that are like very subjective that, pretty much anybody can put on there, and it doesn't tell people what exactly that means, right? There's no context behind that, and it's very subjective. So you should be making it so that the qualities showcase through your actual work and your experience, okay? And then finally, you want to put in your experience, if any, or if you don't have experience, you want to put in there your project experience, education, and then a little bit about yourself. And then with the work experience and projects, right, you want to make sure that your work experience has 3 different components, okay? Number 1, it creates value. Number 2, it's quantifiable. And number 3, it's practical and action oriented. So when you're listing out your experience or maybe a project, right, that you worked on, you want to make sure that it has these 3 components, right? So if you don't showcase that it created value, that it's quantifiable, that it's actually being able to use in a practical, real world kind of scenario, then it's going to be very hard for the recruiters to take you serious, right? Because you want to make it easy for them to move you on to the next stage. And so that's how you're going to make sure that you're hitting the check boxes, right? And then here's an example. So I built a model that helped a business uncover new customer opportunities, right? So this is how most people will put on their resume. And so most people, what they'll do is they'll put something like this. So used ABC model to uncover new customer opportunities for ABC business, right? So where is the fact that it's creating value, right? There's nothing specific to it, right? There's nothing quantifiable, and there's nothing that is practical and action oriented. So you really want to make sure that you're including these three. And so a data scientist would say something like this: increase new customer base by 15% over a 9-month time frame through the integration of ABC model. So notice the difference there, right? You increased, you did XYZ, and you helped, increase, the business, the customer base, whatever that may be, right? By XYZ percent over XYZ time frame, and used XYZ model, right? So very important there to make sure that you're creating value, you list it out in a manner that creates value, that's quantifiable, and that's practical and action oriented, right? You want to always make sure and put the focus on the outcomes, right? And not so much the specific models. And you want to follow the formula of action, verb, outcome, and then method, right? That's going to serve you the best there, and that's really going to help you write a very nice resume. And so over here, you can see that this resume is pretty much ready for you to go and to copy. And so you can see on the right hand side, this is how you want to have your resume laid out, right? With the exact type of structure and hierarchy that we just went through. You want to make sure you have your information, technical skills, your experience, your project experience. More often than not, it's going to be the case there, because if you're just starting out and you don't have any type of experience, the projects that you create are going to essentially take that place, right, of your actual work experience. So this is how you want to set it up. That's going to be it here for the data science resume, and we'll see you on the next one.